Hello my friends and welcome back to Fallout. It is episode 12. It's time to go to the other base.
Now over, the Brotherhood reveals to you their highest objective. Fragments of data left over from before the Great War showed that the Ancients spent many years constructing vaults to house the survivors. Recently acquired data, however, points to the creation of an enormous super vault. This nucleus of the Vault network was built to protect the greatest minds of the time and would be the spearhead of post-war civilization. If the Brotherhood could find this vault and activate its systems, they would have access to technology resources previously undreamed of, as well as access to the Ancients themselves. But the journey to the calculated location of Vault Zero would be perilous. A large army and a vast area of operations would be required for a mission of this magnitude. They planned to follow the roaring river to the south, forging alliances, gaining fresh recruits, and, if necessary, eliminating aggressors. Bunkers will be established in each new region to firmly establish a secure area of operations. When the Brotherhood's rule in the region is undisputed and their ranks are brimming with new recruits, the real campaign will begin, heading back towards the mountains.
Vault Zero. That's where we're going, boys. No encounters. Who the hell drove this last, he says. I think characters in next vault, next bunker, I should say, are have different items. Toolkit, super toolkit. I don't know how many repairs I'm gonna need to do on my stuff, but hey. Classic Nuka-Cola. They don't do anything, do they? If I remember correctly. 4 AKs. And a couple of bats. And a whole lot of knives. How much will you give me for one rifle? Okay. I kind of don't want to keep these because they're heavy. Okay, that'll do. Right, let's use this first locker as a dumping zone for these toolkits. Obviously we don't need them until we have a vehicle, and then once we have a vehicle, of course, they can just be placed in the vehicle. So, pretty simple. Let's see if we can get rid of these clubs and switchblades. They're like low value, high weight items, so I should really try and get rid of them. Okay, that's the Recruits Master. That's the Quartermaster. I'm gonna suggest that the medic is actually up this way. Since you get fair and reasonable trades with everyone who's not the quartermaster, you want to do those trades first. I really should have leveled him up first, though. But most of my party is pretty badly encumbered, so... Another level probably get us like another 20 points in barter. It'd probably make us a few a few extra 100 scripts, but hey.
Greetings, warrior. I am Celsius, healer and scribe. You may return to the bunker for healing anytime you wish. I will heal you as long as I have the resources to do so. From time to time, I may also have field kits available that your squad medics may use.
Sweet. Look at these goodies that he's got. How much for all of that? A lot. This might be the perfect guy, actually, to to get rid of my junk. What does that do? I really need to check what that does. The Radix is good stuff. So is the Radaway. I think there's... what's the most expensive thing here? Nope. It's going to be those super stim packs, isn't it? Okay. I have a general idea of how much I need. Let's start with the cheap and obvious things. We'll take the energy cells because we're going to need those in the future. We'll take the first aid kits because they're always useful. We'll take the field kit. I'll take the Radix. Is it the doctor's bags that are expensive? No. There we go, it's perfect. Man, those trauma kits are they're mega pricey, wow. High-grade healing items are they fetch good cash. So it would seem. Okay, what do we got? Carrying around some serious healing hardware here. Okay, that is a spare hunting rifle. Sneak, steal, traps, steal. Okay, give me some more of this stuff. Gamma Gulp beer. Let's collect all my money together on my barter. Makes sense. Let's get rid of that Gamma Gulp beer as well, alright. If I do any sort of plodding around in radiation, I'll probably do it with the main character. Let's gather all of our drugs on the main character as well. This is what I mean by giving the main character loner is not necessarily a bad idea, because we'll almost certainly use the main character for any solo activities like running into irradiated areas, for example. Right. I never sell ammo. Just in case I need it. Technically, grenades also count as ammo. And I keep the HK because it's the best 9mm weapon I have. Let's try and keep
we meet again, warrior. General Barnaky has assigned me to provide aid to the front lines. I'll be moving ahead as you do. My assistant Timothy can handle things back at the old bunker. I hope.
Huh. I wonder if Timothy's got fresh stock as well now. I'll go and put this away in the drawer, the HK. It's worth keeping the best weapon of each ammunition type. And you may think, well, you know, what's the point in keeping a load of 9mm ammunition and probably never find another 9mm weapon that's any good? But if you go out grinding, and I'm not talking about doing the special encounters that make you OP, I'm just talking about normal driving through the wastelands in your jeep, killing random encounters kind of thing. Loading up all your guys with 9mm weapons just means that you're not burning through all your actual useful ammo that you want for missions. Just something to consider. How much for one? It's not so bad. There we go. I don't really want this back, but it fits. Okay. So that's Edmund's inventory done. Yeah, it's just drugs and ammo now. I would suggest that I don't need that much ammo though. So let's go ahead and locker that. Let's go ahead and locker 132 rounds. Okay, that's one character cleaned up and ready to serve. Next. Okay, Fireside is also using the classic hunting rifle AK combination. Why won't they go across? Whoa, are they? Oh, I've somehow managed to... Oh, that's fun. That's interesting, okay. I somehow managed to get an inventory with herself. Okay, I'm like, that's weird. In fact, let's go and let's send her to the ammo locker. I don't mind other characters holding stim packs. It's just that they're really like a lot less efficient with other characters. Although, doesn't Brian have that doctor trait? Actually, now that I think about it. Oh no, it was a guy. It's this guy, Stein. This guy is actually an expert first aider, even though Stitch is also has the skill, but is a better doctor. Okay. Let's start with clearing Fireside's inventory. I think we may split the medical supplies between the two. In fact, you might as well just take all of those, right? There we go. Okay, fine. Fireside is now also ready. Ready and able to serve. First things first, let's just get rid of this. Everyone's holding a metric ass load of ammunition that they don't require. Okay. Let's go ahead and set this guy up with the AK and hunting rifle. And let's go ahead and locker the ammunition. And that is way too much. Although I would say, if I'm giving each one of my characters an allotment of 200 rounds, there's not much left. Okay, he's using ball ammunition for his burst weapon. Another thing is that this hollow point ammo is extremely vicious against unarmored enemies like Death Claws, and I'm sure we'll see Death Claws. I'm sure at what am I doing? I'm sure at some point we'll see Death Claws. Okay, that's all the ammo. I could give him an AK. But we'll stick with the ball burst weapon. The AK requires 5 AP to burst, and the MP5 requires only 4 AP to burst, so actually there is an advantage there for using the AK as your burst weapon. Sorry, the MP5 as your burst weapon. Right. Let's give... Stein. I know this is a bit of an inventory episode, so I hope you guys don't mind, but inventory work is, you know, effectively managing your inventory is actually an important skill to have. Making sure that the right items are in the right places. This guy's actually only good with first aid skill. That's what that perk does. It's when you use the first aid or doctor skill. And he doesn't have the skill to actually be a good doctor. So, it might be... Yeah, in fact, it is better that he does the first aiding. We'll have Stitch around to do the doctoring, if necessary. Stitch also needs shotgun ammo, but we'll go and get that from the drawer in due course. Let's go ahead and get rid of all this garbage. This combat knife I'll probably keep, because it's the It's the best melee weapon I have at the moment. I don't know if I'll take on a melee character because, frankly, I think melee is very weak in Fallout. Unless you're using some sort of crazy stealth build where you can just get right up on somebody and tear them apart, and even then...
Welcome, warrior. I am...
Okay, this is the same recruits as before, so that's fine. Welcome, warrior. My name is Deckard Kane. If you're looking for recruits... I don't know how to end that line, but anyway.
At ease, warrior. My name is Caligari. I am the quartermaster for this region. You may be at ease whenever talking to me, since rank is not an issue in my store. However, regulations do apply, and you will go through the standard procedures when checking out any of my equipment.
How much are you willing to offer me for an AK? 409. Well, it's certainly better than the 310 or something that we were being offered before. You know, the going rate for... Oh look, it's the best melee weapon in the game. Available to use so early. I guess you could argue that the Power Fist is potentially the best weapon in the game, depending on who you ask. I can't remember which weapon uses that 44 Magnum Ball. I know it's quite a dangerous ammo. Also, these flechette shells are extremely nasty against death claws. Right. Before we bother with the quartermaster at all, let's go and see if there's any other characters that we can trade with that's not him. Let's go and grab our missions while we're here. If there's no one else to trade with, I will get rid of some of my stuff and then locker the rest. Maybe just the junk that's heavy and annoying.
At ease, Initiate. As you know, the Brotherhood has been expanding south. However, our supply lines are thin and thus being targeted by all sorts of bandits and raiders. We have received a distress call from one of our squads acting as escort to a supply wagon passing through the town of Macomb. The single unit has been separated from the main group, and the road behind him has been blocked off. Our warrior is holding the fort for now, but he could fall any minute. He needs immediate backup. Your mission is to journey to Macomb and relieve the survivor of his duty. You are then to escort the supply vehicle through the town. Keep in mind that not only bandits will attack our supply trains, the vast majority of the surrounding populace are hungry and desperate. Our supply wagons carry food, weapons, and medical supplies, the three most sought-after commodities in the wasteland. Good luck. And Initiate, buckle up. Dismissed.
Okay, I think that's the mission where you get the car.
As you know, the Brotherhood maintains a vast arsenal of weaponry and armor. Most of our equipment consists of the usual conventional assortment. However, some of our more advanced equipment requires fusion batteries to function. Until we regain the technology to manufacture our own batteries, we must acquire these power sources elsewhere. This mission centers on a tribal village in the area of Peoria. Intelligence reports that the tribals built their village over a pre-war storehouse of fusion batteries. While they guard these batteries zealously, it is doubtful that they understand their function. While these savages no longer surprise me with their Neanderthal antics, do not underestimate them. They fight well enough to thrive in the wasteland, and their religious zeal, however misguided, gives them strength. You will use any means available to retrieve at least 3 fusion batteries. But remember, warrior, some fights can be won without drawing blood. Who knows? One day the Peoria region might supply some able-bodied recruits. You are dismissed.
Okay. So we got the mission where we get the car, and the mission where you enter a pre-war facility for the first time. And there's some goodies to be had. And I think there's also a fair bit of radiation, if I remember correctly. It's me waddling around with a full load here. I don't think there's anyone else to trade with. Sometimes there are random people that you can trade with. Okay, let's go to the quartermaster and let's dump at least the cheap items. I can always put a stack of AKs in the locker for trading purposes later. Even with a good barter, you're only going to get like a third of what an item is worth when selling it from the quartermaster. So 44 M29 revolver. Okay, so that uses 44. We might keep that. Let's go ahead and get rid of the booze and the guns that are rubbish. So you can see the money on offer is appalling, really. So I'm not going to. I'm certainly not going to sell in my AK collection. Not until my barter is higher and I can get more for them. And it's worth keeping them just as a stack of things to trade with characters that are willing to trade. So let's turn this third locker into weapon storage. We'll keep that because it's the best 44 caliber weapon that we have. Let's go ahead and get Stitch to sell this. It's so funny, you can get this perk called the Way of Fruit, and if I remember correctly, the Way of Fruit actually allows you to, rather bizarrely, gain stat points for eating fruit. It's, yeah, it's a thing. Go ahead and pass the drugs to our drug shepherd over here. Speaking of which, I really don't need to. Oh crap! That was a mistake. I really don't need what am I doing? Sort myself out here. Two lockpick kits. Okay, let's go to the quartermaster. Any of these things I want to keep? We'll stick the MP in the locker. Let's send the other guy who's... Actually, let's go to the weapons locker. Let's keep the spare hunting rifles. Let's keep the Colt 45s because this is the only weapon I have that uses 45. Yeah, I suppose we can keep those. Keep all three, why not? And that's the best melee weapon that I have at the moment. I guess we can keep a shot. Actually, there are better shotguns out there than this pump action. I think we're good to sell the pump. We're good to dump the pump. Yes, yes, yes. These can all go. I'll put this back in the locker. I think that heals like 1 HP. Let's just get rid of it. He really is not giving us a lot of money. Like, if we wanted one of these leather armors, for example, that's 1,000. Okay. Anyone want a sandwich? Post-apocalyptic sandwich. And we're done. Look at that. 32 minutes of inventory management. Is this entertainment? Is this entertainment? But it is necessary. I mean, it's very important that you actually take the time to sort out your character's inventories and actually set them up in such a way that the right things are in the right... Oh great, this locker is full already. The right things are in the right places. Right. Let's go ahead and open the ammo locker. Shotgun shells, please. They don't last long, the old shotgun shells either. They, you don't get many of them. They're pretty powerful. Okay, now if we go and rescue the... If we go and rescue the truck, then we will require toolkits to repair it. So the question is, who is the best at repair? I guess Stitch with 27% is the best at repairing. Suppose that's shouldn't be a surprise. His high int and good-natured perk. These are pretty heavy, so let's not take more than 2. It should be sufficient to get us through the mission. Let's just double check which mission it is. That's the vehicle rescue one. We'll do that one first.
At ease, Initiate. As you know, the Brotherhood has been expanding.
Okay. Macomb. It's Macomb. Or Macomb. I tell you what, it makes you wonder what the Brotherhood does all day, with these guys just waddling around all the time, not doing anything. Seemingly not doing anything. It's so funny, actually. Ammo just genuinely doesn't really weigh that much. All these items and barely any weight to them. Lots and lots and lots of healing stuff.
At ease, Initiate. As
It's about goddamn time some fucking backup showed up. Alright, the original escort squad is pushing up mutated daisies. Everyone in this godforsaken town wants what's in these supply vehicles. It's not a pretty situation here. Every 20 feet is another shitty roadblock that has to be cleared. These people are vile and little more than animals, so shoot first and watch your back. The keys are in it. Good luck, and I'll see you back at the base.
And he's gone. It's quite a cool looking train. Even on its side. It's the Hummer! What a humdinger. I believe that is the correct terminology for a Hummer. You normally press this to get out. How do I get out? Control left. Okay. Yeah, it's a weird thing. I think you steal on the Hummer. No, you have to go. You have to get in it, and then you can put stuff in it. And I think it's got nearly infinite carry weight. So yeah, one trick is to just load everybody into it because they can shoot out of it, and then just drive through the town like you own it. The only thing is, If I remember correctly, the vehicle does not work very well in in turn-based modes. We may have to go real time, which is not ideal, since I don't really enjoy real time. But we may have to go real time for this section. But anyway, we're out of time. I hope that a whole inventory management episode didn't bore you guys too much. But yeah, that is it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and next time we will drive our Hummer around and see if we can use it in turn-based mode. But if it doesn't work properly on turn-based mode, then we'll resort to violence. No, we'll have to go real time. We'll see how it all turns out. Alright, see you guys next time.